Good evening, dandies, and I am back with another episode of Braving Britain. As you can tell, I still don't sound right. I am still at the tail end of the flu. So if I do cough, sniffle, sneeze, or anything like that, I will try and cut it out, but I can't promise. Today, we are joined by another very special guest who is actually a community nurse. So it's really good to get that insight from our young Karen here.
Are you sure it's young?
Well, younger than I feel right now, I can assure you. So, take it away, Karen.
Sure. Thank you, Dandy, and hello, Dandies. Good evening to everyone. By the way, I'm Karen. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I am a nurse, a community nurse here in the UK since 2018 when I arrived here. So basically, been a nurse since 2011. Yes, 10 years already. That's gone too far. And it's my first experience. This is my first experience to be a community nurse here here in London.
Mhm.
So to everyone who are interested in take this path of community nursing, I hope this interview from Dante would really help you, decide if you really wanted to take this path. And I hope this interview would really help you. Yeah, I think that will be a good introduction.
I also heard that you are actually the author of The Notebook. Well, not the one, the big one that made into a movie and all that. Not that one. But it's one, from what I've been told, it's a compilation of invaluable knowledge for nurses preparing for their CBT.
Yes. Actually, Dan, I really I didn't expect that it will be like useful to everyone. I mean, that it will be famous to all nationalities who really wanted to apply and who wanted to become a nurse here in the UK. It's basically the story of that notebook is that one aspirant messaged me and she told me, Karen, I've tried taking my CBT for, like 3 times, 4 times, I guess. That was way back 2018. So I'm not really sure how many times she took. And she told me I failed. Like she was almost ready to give up her application in the UK. So I told her, I have a summary of a compilation of my review materials because actually, thanks, shout out to my aunt who gave me the book of Royal Marsden because she sent me, she's actually in Scotland and she sent me a book from your Royal Marsden when I was in the Philippines for me to have a review material because I believe that is where they take some questions from the CBT. And yeah, that's the reasons I just shared my notebook and then she asked me, oh, can I share it to others? And then all of a sudden it's been like everyone was already using it. And I was like just amazed and I said, wow. I mean, it really, because I just wanted to share really the blessing done, like, because it's a compilation of materials that I have used. And if it's something that, everyone can use in order for them to advance forward for their application, I'm more than happy to do that. So yeah, it's just like a mini Royal Marsden, but I'm not sure if they were able to understand my handwriting. I think so, they do.
It's like deciphering some sort of ancient text, is it?
Yeah, it was a colorful notebook. It was I left it in the Philippines though. It's a note, yeah. Because I really didn't expect it, Dan. I really didn't, like, all of a sudden many people already messaging me, thanking me. I said, oh, okay. So that's how, yeah. Then I name it the notebook.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the core of it's the Royal Marsden, and it is where the CBT is based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the book. I actually have the book here at the back of it's here.
Got it.
The
It's
Royal.
there.
It's here. Oh, but it's kind of thick. So this is the Royal Marsden Manual of Clinical Nursing Procedures. I still read it sometimes when I have some questions in my mind when it comes to clinical procedures. It's kind of heavy though.
But well, it's making me look. But now I need to look like I've got a book to look intelligent as well. Uh, how about Harry Potter? It won't help you as nurses, but if you want to be a wizard, I got you covered. Well, that's brilliant. That the fact that you shared it with one person who then shared it again and again. I mean, it's great that that small bit of help has gone so mainstream.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly. And I really thought that it will be like people from Philippines, but there were already some international nurses as well who've been using it and been really thanking. And some of them really wanted to meet me here in London. They were asking if we could meet like for some time. And I was like saying, you don't have to. I mean, some other would like to have, I mean, to send gifts. But I said that is something that I've shared, and I'm not asking anything in return. It's basically sharing the blessing. So that's it.
That's brilliant. No, that's very good. So so you've been in London now for 3 years. So why did you choose to become a community nurse?
Believe me or not, Dandy, this decision was because I applied with my friend,
Hmm.
and because her experience is a community nurse way back in the Philippines. I'm from the hospital,
Yeah.
and in Saudi Arabia in polyclinic as well. So I really don't have the experience in community nursing. It's just that I wanted to come with my friend, thinking that we will be in the same area. So that's why I took the pathway of community nursing. So when I came, there were two options. It's either for me to have a hospital nurse, which is rehabilitation ward, or a
Okay.
community nurse. So when I came, I will have two duties in rehabilitation and two duty days in community.
Hmm.
But as the time goes, like I enjoyed being in the community. I really don't know, but I enjoyed it a lot. So that's why I decided to join the community nursing.
Oh, great. That's great though. The fact that you did it basically because your friend did it and you wanted to do it with them. It's how it happens sometimes. That's how a lot of people come here. They come to these hospitals because they know people around that want to do that, and it's the best way to settle. If you settle in an area where you have someone already here or that's coming with you, it allows you to acclimatize so much easier.
Exactly, but the the other side of the story, Dandy, is we didn't ended up being in the same base. Do you have
Oh
the same
no.
employer? But yes, so she was based in around, I think, Paddington, around Central, and then I was based in Southwest London. So yeah,
Well, it's still London though. It's not like you are down here in London and she's up in Birmingham or something.
yeah, exactly.
Bless it, but it's still good. So I'm guessing like the qualification and skills needed to be a community nurse, are they different to like standard ward nursing, or are they quite similar?
Comparing in the Philippines, because I really don't have that formal training in community nursing way back in the Philippines. I have an idea because my friend works in the community, but comparing it in the Philippines is more of a preventive measure. So we do mother class, we do vaccinations, we do health teachings. But when I came here in the UK, it was way different because we are doing treatment. We are doing preventive measures. We are doing treatment. So basically, some of the things like nursing care that can be done safely at home, we do it. So we do injections, we do catheterizations, we do antibiotics. Giving antibiotics. We're doing quite a lot here, and like there's a massive difference, especially when it comes to palliative care as well. So yeah, that's community nursing here in London. And for the skills, I think I was able to use my experience in the hospital setup and in the main, holistic experience way back in the Philippines and Saudi, because it's like we giving nursing care in the comfort of the patient's house, home. So it really helped me, and I think I gained confidence. But I just a tip to everyone, like don't be afraid, because here in the UK you will start as an apprentice. Your managers will help you, your colleagues will help you. They won't let you go out by yourself if you're confident. So confidence and competence, you need to have that before they will let you do it.
Yeah.
So you are all okay.
That's great. And it's nice to know that you have got that extra support in there, so you're not just sort of thrown in and gone, oh, okay, if you can.
Yes. Yes.
One of the main questions that came to us from the community was sort of, what is your average workday like?
Yeah. So it's different from different area. I mean, there's differences. I can share mine. Like my shift when I've started is 8 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So in my area here in Southwest London, it's basically, I mean, like specifically in Wandsworth, we night nursing service.
Okay.
So by the time we finish, yes, so it's 8 to 4:30, 9 in the morning until 5:30, or I think, yeah, the 9 until 5:30. So the night nursing service will start after 5:30. So we are all covered. They start 5:30 and they will finish 7 in the morning.
Okay.
But for the branches of the NHS trust where I was employed, I mean the other areas they have twilight. So the day nurses could have a long shift. They will finish sometimes 7:30. So it's really different. But yes, community nursing has night service. That's a
Okay.
fact.
That's fine. And I'm guessing it you have a set list of everyone you need to see and when, and you just sort of go off from that, do you?
Yes, it's actually called planned care, but
Okay.
we have our call outs as well. So for example, I have a list of patients, let's say 6 to 9 patients, I will have that list. So it's planned. But maybe later in the afternoon, there is a patient that is not booked for a visit but needs support, like for example, a block catheter. So we need to go, because the main thing that community nursing is doing is to basically prevent hospitalization.
And I'm guessing that also works when, say, a patient just gets discharged from the hospital and needs that district nurse as well. You may have them sort of jump in as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Like it's a discharge, especially during COVID times. That they, as much as possible, if they can discharge the patient out from the hospital and transfer them in the community as soon as possible, they're gonna do that.
Oh yes.
So those are the call outs. Yep.
That's fantastic. So what would you say are the main barriers and challenges that you might meet on a daily basis?
In my experience, first is traveling. It's because I am not a driver. So until now, I'm not a driver. Until now, I'm still yes, I don't drive yet, but I'm trying to kind of do the little steps to have my driving license. So that's one of the barriers I can say, especially when you're from the Philippines and then oops, you arrive here in the UK and you need to be in the community. That's one. But I think for City Mapper and Google Map, they both help me to get around. And second, I think is the weather. So basically, yep, in London, you got all the weathers in one day sometimes, and you need to really invest with your shoes, with your coats. But I enjoyed it. Like sometimes when you're going to your patient, here comes the snow, here comes the rain. So that's the second one. And I think third, you I think it's more of like positive and negative in a sense, because when it comes to safety, sometimes when you're in the community, safety could be, I mean, safety, it's not really negative, because like you will be covered. You will have these safety policies with the employer, but you'll never know. That's why we have the Sky Guard loan working policy. So we have that. And the fourth one, we have patients who are mentally unstable. So we need to really assess them if it's safe for a nurse to visit. I mean, if only one nurse is safe to visit, or it needs a double up. So don't worry, guys, we're safe.
That I bet that's probably a main fear. If you go into people's homes, you don't know what to expect sometimes, and there probably is that anxiety. So what would you say has been your most rewarding encounter since coming to the UK?
The most rewarding really, Danny, is like you're working, doing your passion, and at the same time, I'm able to provide the needs of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really rewarding for me seeing buying all the things they need.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most rewarding thing that I've encountered here in the UK. But the second one will be about my patient. So actually, this patient of mine, she's already a palliative patient. When you say palliative, it's an end of life patient.
Yeah, getting there or already there or
Yeah.
getting to that point. Yeah.
Exactly. So she's an end of life patient. And you know that feeling when you touch, when you're really compassionate with the things you wanted to do and wanted to share.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I visit patient, even if because we are united, when I visit there will be 2 units. 2 units means you need to stay there 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So the care will be around 30 minutes. And I think that's the beauty of community nursing, because you get to know the patient like better, more, because you will see their place, you will see their kitchen, you're gonna see their living room, you're gonna see their bedroom, and touching them in ways that you will feel the self-actualization. That's more than something. It's more than the pay you receive monthly. When the patient says thank you and send you cards, send you gifts, that's more, it's more than that, because they didn't know how they made you feel as a nurse. Because I think that that's something that I cannot really explain, Dan, that it's something I feel. And then this specific patient, actually, because I'm a Christian, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So this patient is a non-believer. So she's a
Okay.
non-believer. And then she started questioning me, and I was just honest to her. I said, I know you don't believe in God because you have this a lot of questions, but will just allow me to pray for you. And then she allowed me. And then you know that the next day, she just told me, Karen, it was just you who reignite my relationship with God. And I don't want to cry. It's something really so precious to me. And even the daughter, she was so happy because she told me, Karen, you made a great impact to my mom, that until her very last breath, she mentioned you to everyone, to our family members. And she passed away early this year. And then after maybe 2 to 3 months, I have this list of patient, and I visited a lady. And then by the time we were chatting, so I introduced myself because it's my first visit with her. And then she recognized my name. She told me, Karen, you must be my sister's nurse. And then I said, who's your sister? And she mentioned her name. And I was like, why? I was like, wow. Like, we are 5 on-duty nurse on that day. And how on earth the sister will be allocated to me? I was just like, wow. And we had a chat because the sister told me, my sister was so happy with you, your care, your service, and this and this.
So what advice would you give to our aspirants when they are going through their interviews as a community health nurse?
Just be yourself and be honest, and of course prepare, because just the same thing I have. When I was interviewed, I know that I was interviewed for community nursing, but I really didn't know that community nursing is way different from the Philippines and here in the UK. So you need to be honest. You need to be honest with everything. Do you know what I mean? Like prepare, read some policies, do some research, and then that's it. You perfect nurse during the interview, because at the end of the day, when you arrive here in the UK, you will be supported. You will have that way. You will start as a novice, and then you will learn step by step. and you will have your line manager, you're gonna have your colleagues who will help you develop.
That's fantastic. So before we get to the end, what were actually the main differences then between UK community nurse and the Philippine community nurse then? You keep saying it's different. What are the actual main differences then?
Philippines is more preventive measures.
Okay.
It's more preventive measures. In the UK, it's more of treatment and end of life care.
Okay.
Yes, because I work in adult community nursing, because there's also children's community nursing. So just to clarify, Dandies, that I work in adult community nursing. Sorry, I should have mentioned that a while ago. But yeah, so we cover patients who are 18 years and up.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because in the UK we split everything as much as possible because otherwise it's a lot to cover. So you have your pediatrics, you have your mental health, you have your community adult nurses.
Yes. Yeah, in the Philippines, it will be community nursing will be like for the whole, like age groups.
I see.
Babies, pregnant, adult. So it will be together.
So have you got any other sort of messages or advice or tips for aspirants that are either already here in the UK or planning to come over here?
To all my colleagues out there who are interested to be a UK RN, I think my very advice would be you need to establish what you really want. The application process, the requirements, it might take long, but I think if you really wanted to be a UK nurse, then I think nothing can stop you. Because I've heard a lot of news. I mean, it saddened me, Dan, that some because of some requirements that really takes time, and I think you know what I'm trying to say. Yes, there are requirements that will take time and would really test the patience of the aspirants. I mean, that's why you need to establish, do you really wanted to be a UK nurse? Is this really something you really want? Yeah. You need to be clear on that. You should not be coming here in the UK because you just wanted to see snow. You should not be. I think in a deeper sense, I know, like even me, I wanted to see snow, but it's not my main reason why I came here in the UK. So yeah, and all the best to everyone. I mean, if I did it, I believe in you guys, so you can do it as well. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is. You get to meet Karen. You get to come and chat with us. To a cider. That's great. And of course, if
worth it.
if these aspirants did want to hear more about your story or learn more about being a community nurse, where can they get in touch with you besides the Brave in Britain Facebook group, which is below, which I'm sure you're a member of?
They can actually message me in my Facebook, I mean in my messenger, but to be honest, I receive loads of messages, Dan, and that's why sometimes it takes time for me to reply, because as much as possible, I really wanted to accommodate them. But I am also full-time, I mean working full-time, but I really don't mind if you wanted to give me a message. I mean, I only have one Facebook account and one messenger, so you can feel free. It's Karen Faye.
That's fantastic. As I said, because if it's taking a while to read your message, or if you are sending a messages and stuff, and there's quite a lot of you, drop them into the Brave in Britain Facebook group, and we can always send them over to her or chat with her as well, or even bring in some of our other professionals that might be able to answer the question and take that load off you.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I've been receiving loads of messages. I mean, people, because I think in the Philippines, community nursing is not really, I mean, it's not really usual. I mean, it's not really the same when it comes to the UK. So there's a bit of questions. What's the difference? How were you managing about? I mean, how about when you travel? Is it safe? So yeah, and I think, guys, I invite you to watch Dan's episode. This one, I hope it really, I mean, this really will help you to have further information about community nursing. And it's something rewarding, I tell you guys.
That's fantastic, Karen. I really appreciate you taking that time to share it with us. And of course, if anyone, both Dandies or from Faye's group, have any further questions, feel free to drop it in a comment or pop it in that Brave in Britain group, or send them directly to myself or to Karen, and we'll pass it around and talk about it. And if there are any other things you want us to discuss, let us know, and we'll get that hooked up as well.
Exactly. And let me take this opportunity, Dan, to, thank you for considering me as part of your vlog. It's, when Rachel asked me about it, I really didn't think twice. Because actually it's one way of sharing your ideas and experience to every aspirant. And I've always been an advocate of encouraging people to go ahead. Get up there, do all the things, the requirements. Don't be disheartened, because if I was able to do it, you can do it as well.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. If you want to do it, you can do it as well.
Yes, exactly. Even with this pandemic, guys, pandemic is pandemic, but it won't stop you. It might delay you, but it won't stop you. That's two different things.
Yes, there's a difference between difficult and impossible.
Exactly. Got it, done.
Anyway, I'll leave you to enjoy your very, very rainy evening, just like us. And I look forward to talking to you further in the future and bringing you into more of our videos.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
And yourself.
And yeah, hope to see you again virtually soon.
Yes, maybe one day a trip to London. Who knows?
Yeah, sure. Where about you? Where are you based?
Dorset.
Dorset, is it where the what was that? There's if I'm not mistaken, the Dinosaur Arch. I forgot that name. Durdle Door. Is that Durdle Door? Is it?
Yes, everyone, that famous British landmark, the Dinosaur Arch. Amazing.
Yeah, is it there? It's there in Dorset, isn't it? I've been there once.
Yes, Durdle Door is in Dorset. Dinosaur Arch is in Jurassic World.
Oh, okay. Is that a joke, Dan?
It was a very bad joke. Anyway, you take care for now. I'm going to go and pile myself up on cough syrup and sweets and all that nonsense, and go and check on my patient.
Okay, sure. All right, you take care. Thank you so much.
See you in the next videos, guys. Bye for now, Dandies. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.